Thank you everyone for coming. We have almost 250 participants, which is pretty impressive, I would say. All right, so let me do a quick preparation. Today is a big day. We're revealing the MoveX. This has been awaited for some time now, and I know we have kept you all waiting. So this is the time that we can show you what we've got, show you the revamped vision and what's been going on this entire time. With MoveX, we had one thing in mind. We had our initial, let's say, mission value proposition that wanted to make the crypto space safe and accessible for everyone. This hasn't changed. It has evolved. So the thing is that initially, I think that we would not be able to capture as big as a market as we could. So we decided to expand beyond that and really make it accessible to everyone. So buy and trade any crypto. We're building MoveX. So the vision is that we want to make crypto accessible to everyone to buy any crypto, including the less popular ones. Do it safely, be able to trade and spend them any way they want. And without further ado, let me give you a quick intro to the features that we have envisioned. So first of all, MoveX onboard, you will be able to buy any token with a credit or a debit card. So this is actually something that we haven't seen on the market. I don't really think that there is a similar solution. So obviously there are ways for you to buy a crypto with credit debit card on any centralized exchange. That's one thing. Where I think most of the people do that, if anything. But with MoveX onboard, you will be able to do this decentralized without even using any centralized exchange. And maybe what's even more important, you will be able to do that for also the cryptos that are not very well known. So you will be able to buy anything, including Move, using a credit or debit card. So imagine how that expands what we currently have. So basically, if you want to buy some less popular crypto, you will be able to do this directly. So the other token teams that are looking for ways to spread the awareness to make it easier for them to buy the token will automatically give us free marketing by this, which is a great opportunity to grow.
Yeah,
Next.
Sorry, I can maybe add one more thing, that this is even bigger than some people might think, because currently there are solutions like Indacoin, but in order for new tokens to get listed there, it involves a lot of time from the team, from the development team. Also, not everyone decides to do that. And here we want to make sure that you can buy any token, even if it was just listed, regardless of the blockchain and so on. So basically, to be able to let you buy anything very, very easily, and we want to streamline this process as much as possible. Even the currently available solutions are not as streamlined as they could be here. Yeah, but this is just my 2 cents here.
Yeah, this is a spot on. And even think about this, all these people will not even have to set foot on any centralized exchange. They can just start their journey with MarketMove. Maybe they hear about some cool new token. Maybe they need to buy something, and they just initially start with MoveX. So this is a feature that I think we have spent some time, but maybe just to put things in order, you will be able to exchange tokens at the best price. So we are using AI to find the best rate for a swap. And this is actually a pretty big thing, because typically you may be losing as much as 10% on the bad exchange rate. Sorry for this.
Yeah, so generally you have different blockchains, you have different exchanges, be it centralized exchanges or decentralized exchanges, and people do not really know that they can save a lot, even up to 10%, 15% switching between these exchanges. Why is this important? Because even for smaller numbers or smaller investments, this can be a lot of savings. And if you trade, on a much bigger scale, so this becomes really relevant. Even now some people live off arbitrage opportunities and so on. So simply like 1-2% changes in price, and here you would be able to find the best possible price from various sources. So maybe before we move to the next feature, I can say that the overall goal, the overall aim here is to not only make the crypto accessible for everyone and make it very safe, but to close the whole cycle. So you will be able to buy this crypto, trade this crypto in a very simple way, then use this crypto, but we will get to this in just a moment. But basically to provide the complete cycle of features of services here, as well as involve not only, let's say, retail investors, but also developer teams from other projects. So for example, with the very first feature we covered here, so buying any crypto with credit card, this can be something which can provide not only a very cool and useful feature to the whole market, but also a very useful feature to other development teams, which can further promote the project. And as a result, you can imagine that the adoption, that the overall knowledge about the project, about MarketMove in general, will be much bigger. Yeah, but so that's my 2 cents maybe to add here. And Marius, I think we can move to the next thing. So something I like a lot. So yeah, Move NFT.
Yeah, we'll get back to the closing the cycle thing. I think it's very important to grasp this so that we can see how these features actually connect with each other, because it may not be so obvious at the beginning, but it's nevertheless very important. So Move NFT ID, yeah, goodbye 0x, blah, 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 welcome Alice. The idea is pretty simple. We already have this on the classical TradFi apps like Revolut, like Venmo. I'm sure you have all seen this, where you can just send money on a phone number or to a nickname. We are implementing the same thing, but for crypto. So I am sure that you have already sent funds or almost sent funds with a wrong network to a wrong address that doesn't exist, and so on. So if we have two peers both using MoveX and they want to transfer funds to one another, they can do this safely with the username and also include some note. But there's actually even more, because these nicknames function as NFTs, as proper NFTs. You will be able to use the same things that you can do with any NFT, which includes transfer the ownership or set it up for an auction for some better more valuable names and so on, similar to what you have seen in the domain names. So this is actually also something you will be able to buy using Move, and you will be able to make it grow in value over time. So that's the feature. Next thing, and this has been long awaited, MoveX Earn. So you will be able to earn more Move with staking and farming. So we will be rewarding people that want to stake their Move for some period, or provide liquidity to the liquidity pools. They will be able to do this directly on the platform. So if you will be able to do that, you will be receiving extra Move. So some of you may already know that from other platforms, other tokens. In principle, this will work exactly the same way. So you will be able to deposit your Move tokens for some time now, and also deposit the liquidity pools with the BNB, for example, pair, and receive extra Move. This is the beginning. Long term, we also want to integrate other tokens along. So this is another opportunity for us to collaborate with other teams. So other teams, you will be able to say, okay, so if you want to earn more this and this token, just go to the MoveX platform and you will be able to stake them for a profit. So this is this thing. And next we have the Move AI Safety Audit. So I think you know this already. You will be able to make safe investments with AI because of the safety audit. We will be able to check holders, financials, contract liquidity, and we will be doing further improvement to this feature. Also make it available on other chains in the future. Last but not least, we have the MoveX spend. So as Michael has mentioned, and maybe you have also somehow noticed a pattern here that we want to close the cycle so that MoveX eventually is the only platform you need to onboard with using your fiat money, and then exchange and send them to your peers. And finally, you also need some way to spend your crypto that you have hard earned or just received from somebody for nothing. We don't judge. So in order to do this, you will be able to, for example, spend them with our partners for flight, for travel, for physical goods, and so on. This is not a feature where you will be able to directly withdraw money to your bank account, but we will be working with other partners to help you facilitate this so you don't have to think about it too much. And yeah, as I said, this closes the cycle. You don't need to use a centralized exchange. So this is a platform unlike any other, because if you want to use anything like, I don't know, Uniswap, any yield farming, any stuff like this, you typically need to interact with a centralized exchange at least to buy crypto or exchange data and so on. So with MoveX, this is no longer the case. This is a full replacement for a centralized exchange. So that's the first take. And the other thing is that, as I hope you have noticed, we designed this to be very collaborative. We believe that the best marketing is organic marketing. So we will be able to work with other token teams and also with other influencers and promoters with the MoveX rewards program to be able to extend our reach as much as we possibly can to have as many people using the MoveX platform as possible, and therefore increase the demand for the Move token. So that's for a brief intro. Michael, anything to add? I'm sure you have some remarks.
Yeah, I think very well said, Marius. And I really like the approach, and this is what we had in mind while discussing the new vision, while discussing the new approach, to increase the adoption, to make sure that we can get to the broader audience, not only retail investors who are still the core focus here, but also to other developer teams. And if you look at top 100 projects on CMC, so you will get to know that most of them has their success due to the collaboration, due to the adoption by other projects as well. And we wanted to leverage that in order to increase the adoption of MarketMove in general. So as you can see here, how can we achieve that? So I will give the floor to Marius once again to discuss the ecosystem and other components.
Okay, so maybe this is somewhat important because we have used some terms sparingly, like MarketMove, Move, and MoveX. Let's make it clear what means what. These are not exactly synonyms. And the idea is pretty simple. We have the ecosystem that allows us to bring the DeFi to the masses, the crypto, and so on. Move stands for the Move token. So most of you already have the token. You will be able to pay for the fees in the platform. You will be able to hold it to unlock some extended features. Very likely the advanced AI in the Move exchange, for example, will require you to hold some moves and to earn additional income. The MoveX represents the platform. So what we're building, the utility part of the entire project, and MarketMove basically encompasses these two things. So that's for a quick intro. You already know the team. We have kind of refreshed the graphical sign here. I hope you like it. So we do not go into this in much detail. Michael, if you want to add something, just let me know. And then
I think we are good for now. So yeah, the whole design has been refreshed. There will still be some minor changes, probably some additional graphics, some minor updates, but generally we wanted to make sure that the website isn't, full of text, so with a wall of text, but just catches the eye and everyone can get a full grasp of what's going on, of what's the project about, and so on. So Marius will also show this in just a moment, but we went with an approach to combine all the knowledge in one source, also with some frequently asked questions and so on in the form of docs. But we'll cover this in just a moment. Yeah, but
exactly. One thing I'd like to maybe put emphasis on is how the website was designed. So it's conversion-driven design. It's something that is typically used in products outside of crypto. We didn't see it that much on most of the crypto-related websites. So the idea is that we want to show the benefits of the token of the platform and then drive the user to convert to buy move. So one thing that I think we're pretty unique at is that we streamline the entire buying process. We make it easier. We answer all of the questions. We also have the dedicated landing page where you can see the grasp. You can take the grasp of the benefits and the way how you can really easily get the token. This is a big problem, I think, in most of the tokens, at least on the Binance Smart Chain. We are also seeing a lot of questions being asked over and over again, like what's the slippage, what's this error, and so on. So this is we want to solve this with a couple of solutions. First of all, you have this landing page that should help you with these questions, and then you won't have to wait too long for the integrated buy move directly on our website. So this will be the first feature of MoveX, will be the first iteration of MoveX that you will be able to buy the Move token directly at the best price on our website without setting any of this slippage and stuff like this reading up. So that's how we make it easier for you to buy the Move token. And obviously, when we also have the MoveX onboard feature, it will be way, way easier than currently to buy the Move token with a credit or debit card.
Yeah, and I think that the conversion-driven approach works really well. We know it from other businesses, also like software as a service, just to make sure that at every step of the journey on our website, people are encouraged to learn about the project, to learn more about the project, and increase the conversion. Yeah, we also have the community tab, so this is pretty self-explanatory, but I think we can show that. Just maybe a quick thing that we will release, or let's say we will publish this website just after the AMA, so very, very soon. So you can all click through it and so on. But I think
we need one more social media because it feels incomplete with this one more slot that is pretty.
Yeah, definitely. Just to have 8 of them. Yeah, and I think that we can also go through docs. So
this is the token tab. We haven't shown
exactly. We have omitted the token tab.
Yeah, here is a sneak peek of the chart. You have this on the hero. We also explain. We show the main benefits, what the Move token is all about. So no more yada yada, no more long text. You will be able to straight get to the point and see what are the benefits of the Move token. So we have the huge community of holders, we have reflections, and we have the 10 years locked liquidity pool. So you see that this is a good investment, and also it's a safe investment. Then there is a explanation of the tokenomics. Again, you can see that there are calls to action to get Move, and also how it will be easier for you to multiply your Move going forward, the links to the safety audit, so that everyone that needs to read up on the token will be able to see these core benefits without reading walls of text, which is also an option though. There is also information about the buy and sell fees, and again, the detailed chart with the current market cap, the current volume, the current price, and circulating supply. So that's just so you know that there is a page like that. And now we wanted to initially release a white paper or light paper in a downloadable PDF format, so something that you have previously seen, something that is currently on our website. But actually then we came to a conclusion that this document would constantly need to evolve because there are more questions, there are things that we discover on the way as we learn together what's best and so on. So we decided to do something different and use the tactic that is actually used by the top tokens out there. So like top 100 and so coins like the top DeFi coins typically do it differently, and they use something that is called the Gitbook. So Gitbook is structured a bit different. It's some sort of like internal Wikipedia where you can have different articles that can be expanded and developed going forward. So instead of just releasing a white paper, we have this Gitbook where we explain the problem, what is the current state of the market, and also the detailed explanation of the features one after another, and also information about the Move token and FAQ, as well as helper articles how to get the Move token via different means. So that's something. It's also very easy to search. So if you, for example, need to look for reflections, you can do this, and you can easily jump to tokenomics and read everything you need about the reflections.
Yeah, so I really like the Gitbook approach, since it's very interactive. As you can see here, you can search for anything. It can be easily expanded, so we will definitely update all the information just to make sure that if anything changes, for example, taxes are reduced, so it will be reflected here. And FAQ section will also be constantly updated. Yeah, and I think that this will be much more clear for much clearer for new investors who are keen to learn more about the project, that don't want to look through 20 or more pages about the project, a wall of text. Here it's very streamlined, and we will keep improving on that. So that's the Gitbook approach. Yeah, and maybe, Marius, we can go quickly through a few tabs like problem and the most important features.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think we have briefly introduced that, but I especially recommend to read the problem tab because it may give you a bit more light, shine a bit more light on why we're doing what we're doing, what's the problem that we're solving in details. So as you can see here, it's ease of use, it's safety, and ownership of assets. These are 3 problems that we believe are currently the most important problems that block the further crypto adoption. And we explain how it works in a bit detail. And in terms of the features, it's also good because it's hard to convey everything on such a short session, but you will be able to read up a bit more on those feature after feature. You will have this what it will be doing, with what it will not do at the moment, and so on and so forth. So, well, this is a lot of text, probably not to be read right now, but I highly recommend to review this and let us know then if you also have any questions. Just a side note, currently the website is not deployed yet. It will be done straight after this call. So you will have all the time you need to read it and prepare some questions as well.
Yeah, so I think we can move to the AMA. So also after this video AMA, we will be there a few hours to answer any additional questions after the website release. But I think that we've discussed the most important things, the most important let's say foundations of the new vision. So basically, to wrap it up, to make the crypto adoption to make the crypto much more accessible, much safer, and reach a broader audience, as well as close the full cycle. So not only onboard new people to crypto, to enable anyone to buy any crypto, trade it, and so on, but also to close the cycle, earning passive rewards and so on. But yeah, you're welcome to read through our guidebook and let us know what you think. And I think that we can move to the AMA session. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand as usual, and we'll be there to discuss anything. So yeah, thank you very much.
Michael VW, you can ask your question.
Yes, thank you very much for that clear presentation, Michael and Marius. I was wondering, first of all, the new utilities that you guys have presented, what is the timeline for actually bringing them out for use? I may have missed it, but I don't think I heard it. So what can you tell us about the timeline?
Okay, so I can take this one. So as I said on the presentation, but really mentioned it, you will be able to use the first feature of the MoveX very, very soon. It will be the first iteration of Move Exchange, and specifically, it will be buying Move through our website. So this is going to be delivered this month. I mean, well, not this month because it's only have like 4 hours left, at least here. But in February, you can expect to have this. Straight after that, we will be releasing the MoveX rewards. Well, we may actually have not talked about this in this video. We have mentioned that previously, but just to recap, so MoveX rewards is really an affiliate program where promoters can use their affiliate link to get extra Move rewards if anybody gets their first purchase of Move through our website using their own recommendation link. So it's really a way for people to monetize their reach, their audience. And obviously for us, it's a semi-organic way to drive adoption even more. So to answer, yes, we will have this buy Move, and straight after that, MoveX rewards, and that will be the first feature you can expect.
Okay, thank you. That's clear. Also, I'd like to know, you talked about buying every crypto with a credit card or with a debit card, right? What is how long do you think it will be before this feature will be made public to everybody?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is also the part of the current vision. I would prefer not to give you estimates because obviously in order to bring this feature, we are also working with an external partner. So right now we have this mostly done in terms of the agreement, but again, we prefer not to give an estimate for this one at the time.
Yes, here I am. This is my last question. Then I'll let someone else take the floor. But I was just also wondering about the old features that were once planned, about, for example, the whale watcher, I believe the social media tracker, and there were some other features that were originally also planned. Also, I remember something about a tracker for new cryptos that were coming out that would like automatically make some kind of valuation. Are these features still planned? And yeah, if so, when are they coming out, or are they coming out at all? This is what I would like to know. Thank you.
All right. So yes, of course, these features were the part of the original vision. So our mission is to bring the crypto adoption to the masses. So the top priorities on our current roadmap are the features that will make this possible. So we need to onboard people in order to be able to give them the advanced features. So we want to go beyond this original version. It was limited to the, let's say, selected group of power users, and some of the features have been so some of the features will just come later, and some of them become obsolete. So, for example, pre-sale sniper, because the way people are doing pre-sales is way more different. You also asked about the whale watcher. So, well, you can use the contract, the AI safety audit to have the whale watcher functionality, for example. But we constantly reevaluate and evolve the roadmap.
Yeah, but basically, maybe just to add on top of that, we pushed some of those features later down the road because we want to start with bigger adoption, and this was a very tough decision. But I think that in the long term, this will be very beneficial to the project because as Marius has said, the original vision could be very limited to a certain group, and as you know, adoption is king in this space, especially in the current market and current state of the market. So basically what we want to do is to adapt to the changing market. So just to answer your question directly, so some features like, for example, limit and stop loss orders, we will still be aiming to implement it along with MoveX change or MoveX reward, MoveX onboard. But basically, this will be most likely pushed a little bit later down the road. And some features, I think a good example is pre-sale sniper. I think Marius, you can give this example here if you.
Okay, right. Yeah. So when we started, some of you remember how we had our pre-sale on the DX sale. That was back then. Again, this sounds like it was 1,000 years ago, but it was half a year ago. But for crypto, as you Mike always said, 1 month is 1 year. So in these terms, we would say it was 6 years ago. So 6 years ago in crypto time, which is 6 months. DX sale was the way to go. So the idea was that if you are doing a pre-sale, a public pre-sale of a token, then you set it up on a service like DX sale, and everybody from whitelist can just go and first come first served, can just get their hands on the freshest, newest, coolest token or crypto out there. And this wasn't really perfect because a lot of people used bots to abuse such systems. And let's say the community changed the approach, and I think it was Binance who first started that. But TLDR, the bigger stake in a launchpad token in the Binance sense, it was BNB then you had the bigger chance to participate in the pre-sale. And why I am talking about this at all? So the idea of the pre-sale sniper was to get you ahead of the competition and be the first one that makes an offer on the pre-sale. And this is just no longer relevant. Most of the high quality tokens that you want to have anyway will just not use this approach anymore. So that's why it's really important not to have everything set in stone and react to how the market changes, because especially here the market changes very fast and very often. And you need to make sure that you are delivering something that is still relevant and will be relevant at least a couple of months forward. So what really hasn't changed was that the people still struggle to buy crypto. Actually, you could argue that is actually worsened because thanks to the regulators, it's actually more difficult to get crypto than it used to be in certain parts of the world. And well, the example is that if you want to buy Move via a credit card, it's apparently impossible to do that in the United States through our current solution, which is Indacoin. And the solution that we are working on, at least at the moment, is still works in the United States because they have the authorization there, our partner. So that's why it's so important for us to keep an eye on how the market changes to make sure that we're building something that will make use times from now.
Yeah, and one needs to watch the market very closely to make sure that we are not left behind. So for the platform, different features have different priority, and this can change over time. So here we want to make sure that we bring the best value to the broader audience, then expand on that, but not the other way around, because in the current market we would spend resources developing for months features which could be in the end used by a very limited audience. So that's the approach here. Yeah, so I hope that it answers your question. And yeah, thank you very much.
Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What is MarketMove's plan to attract institutional investors to the coin so that it can grow?
As we've mentioned just a moment ago, I think that there are some core parts of each project which make the institutional investors interested in it. So one is utility, and the other one is adoption. And with this approach, we want to focus on two things here. So combining the utility, as Marius has said, for example, even this let's say simple feature by the look of it to buy any crypto in a very streamlined and easy way can be very important for the broader audience, and we want to make sure that we have this adoption on point. So TLDR, we want to combine these two factors, so utility and overall adoption, because some projects, for example, Atom Cosmos are viewed as a good, let's say, tech approach, but don't really have the adoption. So I think that with the previous vision we've started to gain traction from the community perspective. We have a great community here, but we really want to go to the next level with regard to the utility. So if we look even at Binance, the simpler the utility in the project, the more effective it is. So, for example, in Binance, paying for gas fees in BNB and so on. Yeah, but maybe Marius, you want to?
Yeah, this is all true. Let me expand on that. And also, I wouldn't say it will be a really simple feature to implement, because it may be simple. I hope it will be simple to use, but the nitty-gritty is pretty complicated. But that's okay. That's the problem for us, not for you guys. But yeah, let me expand on this. So basically what the investors are looking for, at least in the beginning, it's total addressable market, basically. And the total addressable market, it means basically what is, like, if you could have anybody in the world somehow use your platform, how many people would be able to use it, right? And the thing is that the previous version, the previous vision was targeted at people that already know their way around crypto and are, let's say, the power users and want to expand and to be better traders, investors, and so on, and stay safe as well. But that made us think that actually there is a whole lot of people that we're actually missing out on, that want to take their first steps, or they only invest in like top coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, but just cannot go through all of the hoops to invest in some less known names that are just not available on Binance and everywhere like this. So this way, the total addressable market is just way, way bigger. And all of these people need the same stuff. They also need to feel secure. They need to be able to exchange their tokens at a good rate to spend whatever they made. So to answer a question, to attract institutional investors, we need to have levers for growth, which one of them is the MoveX rewards, cooperations with the teams, and so on. But even more importantly, the potential number of users that we can attract to the platform needs to also be very, very high. And with this vision, pretty much everyone that wants to invest in crypto is our target client, which is a way bigger audience that we started with by a couple orders of magnitude.
Hey, I just wanted to say that the new vision is super duper bullish. Like, it's mostly focusing on, features for those who are not savvy at all. Like, those who don't know anything about crypto, how to navigate the space. In this theme, I just wanted to make a pitch for, so you like in the area of investing, basically. So you mentioned, like, in the MoveX platform, you can do staking and farming, and you can earn, right? MoveX earn. So in the bucket of MoveX earn, I wanted to basically, like, in the recent months, There have been many projects like farming as a service, because basically there is a lot of opportunity in the crypto space to earn money, but not everyone can do it. It's not for everyone. And if you can make such things simple, like, there are like many things coming up. Oh, you deposit in a vault and it's logged for an epoch, and then you get some 10% APY or something like that. And it's like it's on Ethereum, and everyone can't afford the gas fees. So let's say you create a vault and then you deposit in BNB, and people don't have to worry about all those gas. So basically what I'm trying to say is, like, maybe you can create more one-stop solutions to invest and for normal people to leverage all these earning opportunities.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you. I'm glad that you like the vision. And second of all, this is the long-term vision for the MoveX Earn feature. We want to, so you could call this somehow the yield aggregator. So easy to use yield aggregator that gets all of these possible opportunities for you to stake and farm the tokens that you currently have. So this is something that we're looking at, and if the demand for this is out there, then definitely this is something that we would like to have in the long term as well. It's just a matter of priorities and when, obviously. And then it's also good to see that with the current market that has shifted a bit, more and more people are looking for the staking and farming opportunities, especially now that a lot of people are using stable coins. So this is also a big market opportunity, because once you have this crypto and they just stay in your spot wallet, there should be ways for you to do something with them, especially if you don't want to sell. Then there should be ways to do something. And I agree that this is a very good idea.
How do you intend to use artificial intelligence moving forward?
I see. Yeah. So first of all, expansion of the AI safety audit, another thing, and you will be able to see this pretty soon. I don't want to give a date for now, but this is the price matching engine. So you will be able to get the best price on a token exchange using different exchanges, different routes, and so on. This is well described in the roadmap document. I mean, not in the roadmap document, in the feature, in the Move Exchange feature on the documentation side.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you guys are doing. You answered a lot of my questions last time, so I'm just going to keep it short this time. With regards to the utility at the end, closing the loop, that's what I'm interested in. So the big issue with crypto right now is they're all speculative instruments. Nobody cares about the instrument, no matter what project you're doing. When it goes up, they're going to sell because there's nothing they can do. They can't go grocery shopping with it. They can't do anything with it. Can't go to a restaurant with it. So I've been looking for the first group that will close that loop, which you just mentioned now. I only know of one other company that's doing something similar to you guys, what you've just mentioned. How are you going to make that happen? Because you're talking of adoption of this crypto. The people will be able to use them to, travel, go on vacation, do whatever. How are you going to accomplish that?
So this is still being discovered, but the general idea is that we will be using external partners that already have a way to spend crypto. One such service that you may have heard of is, for example, Travala. So basically, Travala is based on the Binance Smart Chain. It allows you to basically buy hotel and flight tickets using crypto. That's one idea. And again, this is just one example. This is not a partner. It's not someone that we are already in talks with, but this is the general idea, that we find partners that help you close the loop. We will not be able to close it ourselves, at least for now, but we want to start with having these deals where you can use the crypto from the MoveX to spend it on all these platforms. For example, to set up a prepaid debit card and so on.
Yeah, also I can add one thing on top of that, there are some solutions available at the moment, some partners we are looking into working with potentially in the future, just to close this loop, because building everything from the ground up is not always the best idea. I think that the best idea is to connect some components that are already out there and add your own flavor, add something that's missing. So as Marius has mentioned, we will be talking with potential partners, and I think that a good example I have in mind is, for example, Crypto.com, where you can store your crypto and use debit or credit cards for direct purchases. So it can work in a very similar way, and at the moment we are still exploring these opportunities because we want to start with the very first step of the cycle. So with onboarding, which is also a very onerous process for most people, especially when you look at low market cap coins, where you need to know everything about the centralized exchanges, slippage, and so on. So this can be really difficult. But then, coming to the last stage, we want to bring value fast. So we will most likely do this starting with external partners, and later down the line, will be aiming for something like Crypto.com, maybe approach like this. So just to make sure that these services are not limited, and I think that it's really important maybe to also talk a bit about the technical approach. So this could work in various ways. For example, converting this crypto to stable coins, then to fiat, or a route like this. There are like endless ways here, and I think that this last stage of the cycle is a very, very important, very interesting field we'll be exploring later down the line. So, but maybe Marius, you want to conclude?
I think you have said it all. So that's the general vision. We want to work with partners here, not really offer a direct solution, but to help connect the dots. That's the idea. We want to integrate these services with one another. So as, for example, for the Crypto.com, again, you could use Crypto.com for all this, but then you will only have access. This is another centralized exchange. So first of all, for example, their rates are not very good. And also you're only looking at a small subset of available cryptos. So again, this is not a full complement. It's not a full service. So, but they have this card service, which is good in this example. So we work with them to provide this card service as opposed to starting our own, because that would be pretty difficult.
Yeah, so TLDR, we will be working to connect the dots and to provide parts that are missing, because there are already some solutions, so there's no reason to compete with such big players when you can just, complement them and work together. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but thank you very much for the question, Tony. So I think, we are very excited for the full cycle, starting from the onboarding through different features and closing the loop with MoveX Earn. So we will definitely let you guys know once our research here progresses, and if something comes up sooner, then we will also let you know what we have in mind here specifically. But I think that we have answered this question for now. So so thank you very much.
Tony Borisov, you may speak.
Hello, I would like to ask, what are your concepts about the project in the long term, like in a year or two? What do you expect to release? And when you finish all the features on the platform as MoveX and trading, what are your plans in the future?
I think I can take this one, and Marius, feel free to interrupt me. So I think in a year or two, the full cycle should be completed. So starting from this onboarding for other features and Earn, and we will be evaluating the market condition and reacting to it. So we can either expand on the vision because you may get everything out there, but this will still need to be improved over time because the market changes very rapidly, and we will have this in mind to keep increasing the adoption of the service. And the second thing is that there might be some opportunities which we are not aware of at this point, and we will be also open to them. So just to answer your question directly, so in 1-2 years we expect the platform to be fully completed, and we will be evaluating everything along the road because the market keeps changing very rapidly. And I think that this is a very, very important factor to keep in mind when you develop anything in crypto, to react to these market changes, and if we combine this with the adoption and utility. So I think that this will be very successful. Yeah, and Marius, do you have something to add here?
Yeah, just to bear in mind that this is a pretty big, ambitious vision, I think. It doesn't mean that now we will look and just keep on developing the code somewhere, and after 2 years we'll come back on Telegram and say, hey, the platform's ready, go check it out. You will be constantly updated with the new features and also improvements to the features that they already have, so that you can expect new things to play with, new useful things. And the priority is to make sure that the impact we're providing at the very moment is the biggest, because we're still at the point that we want to attract as many people, not only investors, but also users to the platform, right? So with that in mind, you can expect the continuous development. So pretty much most of the products that you're using, even, I don't know, like Telegram, just goes on a continuous development route and keeps on adding new things. This is exactly what's going to happen with the MoveX.
Tony Borisov, do you have a follow-up?
Yes. Do you expect to release something out of the crypto industry about MarketMove, or you're concentrated only in crypto?
What we have in mind maybe about releasing something outside crypto is definitely marketing, to reach this broader audience, which might not yet be familiar with it. But the focus here is very clear. So the crypto market, which will be growing even faster, in my opinion. But one thing that we will aim to do outside crypto, not just to close ourselves, in a very let's say limited mindset here, will be marketing. And we are still exploring different approaches here, which are I think very important to test out, and some have already started bringing cool results, so we will keep on doing that. And yeah, marketing will be such thing, but as for the project itself, the vision is very clear.
Are there any other questions? Please raise your hand.
Oh, maybe just one small thing. So we might think of releasing some merch. I don't know if it's connected with crypto. It is, but maybe not directly, because we have received a very, very cool design from the rebranding agency. So like these hoodies and so on. So we might do this as well in the following months. Yeah, but outside of this, I think this would be all. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, guys. I just wanted to know if we'll be able soon to audit tokens that are not only on the BSC.
Mm-hmm. So as I understand, you're asking about the multi-chain functionality. So this is something that we're researching, how to do this in the best way, because there are a couple of ways. This is also a very, very fresh market. But to answer your question briefly, right now we're focusing on the Binance Smart Chain, and other chains are down the road as well. So it's more likely that we start with the multi-chain approach, so you will be able to use MoveX on different chains. And then after we have this completed, we will also have the cross-chain functionality, because there are different things. So multi-chain basically makes it possible to use the same application on different chains, and cross-chain involves transferring assets from one chain to another. So that's how we see it right now.
I'm sorry. I've been speaking and well, I couldn't hear it. I mean, you couldn't hear me. Okay, so hi guys. Long time.
Thank you, Will.
Okay, guys. So I want to address the elephant in the room, because we're halfway through Q1 of 2022, and everyone's waiting for getting Move onto CEX. Any plans for that?
Yes, so I think I can cover both CX and marketing plans. So currently we are in contact with a few centralized exchanges, and we want to make sure that we select, so that the next one we select will be really worthwhile long term, so that it will really improve the volume overall and so on. Some processes take months for bigger centralized exchanges, but definitely it is something we have in mind, and I would expect the next listing without the next couple of months, because our approach here is quality, not quantity. So we prefer to wait a little bit longer for better centralized exchange, which can really bring some volume and exposure to the project, instead of just jumping for different centralized exchanges, smaller ones, just for the sake of it, especially in the current state of the market, where people tend to invest more in like the biggest projects, or like moves to stable coins. So that's the approach, but that's in the roadmap as well. Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Quick question in regards to your marketing plans. Are you going to be waiting for the rewards rollout to really push your marketing efforts, or will we start seeing that before that process takes place?
Yeah, so basically we don't want to wait too long with marketing. So the plan is to launch a full-fledged marketing campaign over the next few weeks. We will promote MoveX on various platforms, trying to get the best out of it with the current state of the market. And this will include social media marketing, paid ads, and organic marketing. And then once the MoveX rewards program is released, we want to make this even bigger and combine the paid marketing with organic growth. But answering your question, we don't want to wait, so you can expect first campaigns being launched over the next couple of weeks.
Yes, if MarketMove doesn't grow within the next few months, and there is a grow in price in the next few months, and there is a market crash, does the project have enough capital on hand to continue pushing the project forward, or would it be able to survive a crash? Is kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. We come, so most of the team comes from the startup industry, so we are aware of such problems, and this is why we have secured, some capital even before the market crash and so on. So we can definitely survive to release the majority and the most important features here. And I think that it's also worth mentioning that we are still open and in contact with a few additional ways of financing, or let's say investors. So in case of the market crash and so on, we'll be exploring further possibilities to make sure we can deliver. But yeah, I think it's too early to say, but I think what we can say now is that we have secured the capital for times like this, or like for possible future crashes. And Marius, maybe you want to add something?
I mean, currently we still have the revenue, so it's not really a big deal. But I think the question is if the times get that tough that the revenue is just not flowing in significant amounts anymore, So the answer is that we have reserves to cover that for some time at least. Obviously, in such conditions, it would be less on the marketing and more on the keeping the development going on. But then again, in such a crash condition, it would not even make any sense. But TLDR, yes, we're good with this.
All right, thank you. It's Amiji here. Hello, team. I was just not going to ask a question, just like tell a little kind of detailed problem. Before I had this thing where the prices are not shown quite accurately, like as they are. But I was going to ask if this problem is going to be fixed in the future, where the prices in the wallet are going to be shown correctly as they are, not like $300-400 more per coin.
Are you referring to the charts feature?
I'm referring to the MarketMove website, where like the wallet is connected and your coins are all shown up, but some of the coins actually tell me that I have quite $100 more than there should be, like, you know.
I see. Well, can you send this using our support form? If you don't have an access to it, you can just ask on the official community, because I think it's important to look at this from an individual perspective. So what coins are showing in the wrong way and so on, all right? So
of course, yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks a lot.
JB?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, my question was, you guys kind of touched on it a little bit regarding like multi-chain. I think originally when I got into this, you guys were aiming for early or end of December for like Ethereum bridge and everything. Here we are, end of January, so kind of wondering where we stand on that as part of the process of bridging over and being able to, I guess that kind of ties in with I'm not so concerned about the AI functionality of it, more or less when you talk about being able to buy crypto with any crypto. I know right now it looks like it's just going to be BSC, but where do we stand on the Ethereum integration, and then where would you see then being able to expand that onto the other chains that are becoming more popular, like AVAX or Phantom or some of these other ones that are starting to come up? Where does everything kind of stand on that right now?
All right. Yeah. So AVAX, Phantom, and so on. This is basically the multi-chain functionality. So in some of the apps, there is a way to select the chain you're currently working with, and this is exactly the same way this is going to work. So initially, our initial vision was not intended to work multi-chain. That's why there was this entire Ethereum bridge stuff. But now that MoveX platform can work in the future on the multiple chains, it's just not a priority anymore. So that's how it's gonna look like. So the multi-chain, yes, but the Ethereum bridge, not so much, at least at the moment. But again, this will be reevaluated.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for your time, and we hope that we have answered most of your questions here and described the new vision. We will be there to answer any follow-up questions from people who haven't got the chance to speak today. And yeah, I think, Marius, the website should be live in the next, I think, half an hour or so. Yeah, so very excited for it. Yeah, guys. So you're very, very excited to move forward with this, with the new vision, with the new approach. We think that it will be a very good move here to reach this broader audience, especially with the very rapidly changing market conditions and the market expectation of crypto, all the regulations and so on. So excited to hear what you guys think here, and yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone, and let me now work on releasing the website. So I will not be available instantly to answer your questions, but right after that, we should be available on the main chat. So if you have any more questions after you see the website, the new white paper /docs, then just ask the questions on the main chat. thank you so much for listening to the vision. It took some time to hone it, so that's why there was also this. And let's keep in touch.